Hello everybody, this is Kodak here. Wanted to get another video out before the end of the month, so I figured I would talk about a product design that I have called a few things in the past, but I think it's more helpful to refer to them as the next logical step. So in my video about starter decks, I said that the best kind of starter product is one that is slim and clean, preferably low priced so as to be enticing and containing little more than a functional but imperfect deck, the temporary paper things to learn how to play, and maybe a booster pack as the cherry on top to give people their first taste of the wider world. And a lot of people in the comments were having none of it. One of the things I have pushed back against in the inclusion of these starter decks is card sleeves, mainly for the fact that they cause the price of sale and production to explode. Sleeves are way pricier to produce than cards, so you're either going to have a really expensive starter deck or really crummy sleeves. And not a lot of people will benefit from the addition of these sleeves. The argument I heard is that it's to help people get used to sleeving, but I don't think that will really click for those folks who aren't already aware. Not to mention, most people already have tons of sleeves lying around, Lord knows I do, and so these don't really offer them anything. Whereas with a booster pack, more cards is more cards. It's impossible for that to be a downside. It's neutral at worst. Of course, as you might have guessed, the biggest perp of this new trend is game company Mino-like, who are insisting on adding card sleeves to the trial decks where half of the cards have no effect text and thus are treated as blank, tanking their viability as a cheap entry product in a way that the Japanese release, which did not include these sleeves, does not. Same with their $35 starter sets that include a card storage box, and Grand Archive's copycat product which has a suggested retail price of $50. Those are some pretty scary prices for a starter deck. Look, I get it. If you are a longtime fan of any of these games, these pricier starter sets might seem like a nice idea, but try to look at it from the perspective of someone who is just visiting, and how they might react to a starter deck product in excess of $30. It is difficult to know if you will enjoy a game until you actually try playing it. While I could watch videos about fighting games all day, I suck at them and hate playing them. People are aware of this phenomenon and so are leery of a high asking price. This is why I say keep it cheap and slim, because it gets a helping hand in the form of the next logical step. Previously, I've referred to these as half boxes, but I feel next logical step is a better term for how they should be used. The concept is simple. It is the perfect chaser for the purchase of a starter deck. Try the game and like it, you could go out there and buy some random packs and accessories, or you could buy this all-in-one that's loaded with packs, sleeves, bonus cards, and upgraded tokens, all wrapped in this lovely little storage box. These used to be marketed as tins, but the introduction of the Elite Trainer box perfected the notion of making the box actually be functional storage. And unlike the boxes being put out by Grand Archive, these are a product that appeals to everybody, not just fans of a certain character or archetype. I mean, you can certainly slant them in favor of certain characters, but if the contents are universally appreciated, people outside of that fandom will buy them. The Elite Trainer box is the current poster child for this thanks to its addition of a stock of resource cards, sleeves, damage dice, and dividers. The Disney Lorcana Illumineers Trove, which made it onto my blandest list last year, actually got a makeover recently that basically addressed all of my issues with it, now containing permanent damage dice and a lore tracker. Did they listen to me? I mean, I don't think I have that much sway, but I did get the opportunity to air my grievances with Ravensburger directly at Toy Fair back in September, so maybe? Apparently the community liked the changes, so I assume I wasn't the only one who felt this way. It's just kind of a perfect little product. It's a way to get people to buy a greater number of packs. It's open to multiple purchases in ways these starter deck sets really aren't, and it makes a good gift, because if you're given more than one, it's, oh boy, 2 cakes. If you're selling online or independently, you can kind of finagle an equivalent thing by creating a special bundle deal built with the other things that you would normally sell piecemeal. Either way, the message is clear. Want to get into this game for real? We've got you covered. The hardest sell is always the first one. The concept of a low buy-in followed by the pricier follow-up is just basic business sense. And a one-stop shop that lets players get serious after trying out the game is just good product design. So, game designers, when it comes to making the products to sell, do not ignore the next logical step. Until next time, this is Kodak signing off.